Hi, Bryce. How you doing? Good day today.
Sir, thank you.
Well, obviously you were prepared for this day physically. You did a nice job. What was it like to prepare for this day mentally and to be prepared to do it, put up with all the pressure you might have had to put up with today?
Uh, I mean, it wasn't that hard. I kind of just took it as a game day. You have those nerves the night before. You have those nerves until you get done with the first play, and then it's just like you're just playing ball.
Next, we'll go to John McGonigal with the Pittsburgh Post-Gazette.
Yeah, Bryce, what were you hoping to specifically prove today, in those drills and in the workouts that you did?
I just wanted to go out there and look quick. I weighed in at 310, so that was heavier than I was during the season, and I wanted to show that I was even faster. I feel like I believe I did that.
Go Brian Batko, Pittsburgh Post-Gazette.
Hey, Bryce. Obviously, we'll never know because he opted out this year. But after seeing what Jalen Twyman did on the bench today, uh, what would he have done to opposing offensive linemen in 2020 if he'd been with you guys?
I mean, he killed him in 2019, and he was only getting bigger, faster, and stronger. So obviously, he would have capitalized from that, but he would have definitely destroyed him. He's so big and quick. And I actually missed him at practice, because I love competing against JT.
Go to Jeff Hathorn with 93.7 The Fan.
Hey, Bryce, I know coaches will talk about position flexibility. How do you feel about yours, and how do you try to show coaches you can do multiple things?
Well, I can play both the guards, and I can play right tackle. I have that film here at Pitt, and also towards the end of the year, and I've all throughout my training I've been working on center, so I also can play center. I can play 4 out of the 5 positions.
Next, we'll go to Jim Hammett with Panther Lair.
Hey, Bryce, how you doing?
I'm good. How you doing?
Good. This day is always a big day, like for the Pitt program, and usually the underclassmen are watching the upperclassmen perform. How surreal was it that you're on the other side of it for the first time after probably watching from the sidelines in the past?
Yeah, I mean, from watching it the 4 years before I got here, it definitely felt surreal. I try to calm my nerves and just think like this is what I work for. Ever since freshman year, I stepped in. This was the moment I wanted to get to. And then the 2.5 months I went training, this is what I was working for. So it was definitely surreal, but I kind of like soaked it in, and I'm like, all right, it's ready to go. I'm ready to go.
Fran Duffy with the Philadelphia Eagles.
Hey, Bryce. So you talked earlier about facing Jalen in practice. I'd like to get a kind of a scouting report from your standpoint on Jalen, Patrick, and Rashad. Who of the three was the toughest for you guys in one-on-ones, 9-on-7, whatever it was, in practice on a day-to-day basis? Who was the toughest guy for you guys to handle as a unit?
I gotta pick one.
Gotta pick one.
That's hard, man. I've gone against all of them for a while now. They all good at different things, but I'll probably say, like power wise, JT's probably the strongest, and then Weave is the longest. So you got to do his length, and then Pat Jones is the quickest. So they all got their different things they're good at. Every time you go against them, you gotta brace. You gotta switch up what you're gonna do against all 3 guys. So it's just a hard decision.
And then if I could just follow up real quick, who's a guy going back to Pitt next year that, we're not talking about right now from a national standpoint, but a year from now, he's going to be sitting at the podium where you're sitting right now. We'll all be talking about him making his next step to the NFL.
Definitely some offensive line. I'll say Carter Warren, he's our left tackle from last year, and he's just coming back and seeing him. He's changed his body. He changed his attitude, and I think he's going to be ready for the season.
Awesome. Thanks, man.
Thank you.
We'll do a couple more here. We'll go Alex Fleming, Florida Sun.
Alex Fleming, Florida Sun. Nice to see you. In this year's draft, you got your Ben Cleveland from Georgia, Cedric Humphrey from Oklahoma. What separates you from the rest of the offensive linemen in this year's draft?
I think a lot, like obviously I feel like I'm slept on this year, but once a team gives me a chance, I'll show my difference, like I'm quick, strong, fast, and also the mental aspect, like I prepare and I'm ready when it's time to play, like I feel like that's my big gap between me and other people is just the mental aspect.
We'll do 2 more quickly here, Bryce. We'll go to Gonzalo Fabry with No Huddle.
Hey, here from Argentina, Gonzalo Fabry. How are you? I want to ask you, who is your role model in at the professional level?
I mean, it's hard. I watch a lot of that. Funny that you say that. Like now that I'm playing college football and I'm trying to take that next step. Every game I watch, I really only watch the offensive line. Like I pitch. I don't watch the ball. I don't watch the quarterback, the running backs. So I like the guys from the guards from Cleveland. Is it Bentino and then Wyatt Teller? I watch them a lot. The left guard from the Bengals. I try to like use a lot of his techniques. So and also Quentin Nelson is just great to watch. If you want to learn how to improve your game, you can watch his film.
Last one will go to Mateus Orneas from Timeout Brazil.
Bryce, good afternoon. Mateus from Brazil. You talk about like the last questions about can be a guy can play both guards, can be right tackle, can be center. How is for you, and how you think that the NFL look for this new offensive line that can do a lot and not like sticky to one position?
That's important. That's how you make a team. That's how you make the active roster. That's how you get on the field, being flexible and being able to do multiple positions, which I've done since day one at Pitt. I didn't even play offensive line, and then I got here, and I'm playing tackle, I'm playing guard, I'm learning center. So it takes you a long way.